I think they're trying the number.
You filthy bully, you filthy guy! Not tasting karate before, eh? You war-mongering bully!
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
And we are in the war room.
I'm just saying, there was no clap at the beginning of this thing.
We don't clap anymore.
No.
We got rid of the clap.
We don't have to clap anymore. But now we're in the war room. And for this episode of the War Room, we are coming to the show with our favorite animes. So every one of us has an anime. We're going to give a very short summary of the anime itself, and then we'll hammer it out, see if any of us can pick a favorite among the four.
Double down on them?
What do you mean? What if you choose your own? I'd expect... What does double down mean?
What if I pick one and another guy thinks that's his too?
Technically, what you pick is my favorite show of all time. So...
Okay. How do you know what I'm going to pick?
So Slim can start. Sounds good.
All right. I will pick mine. Or I'll go with mine first. So for
me.
This was actually a really tough one. It was really difficult to pick a favorite anime.
Powerpuff Girls.
It's favorite anime, by the way.
Yeah. Didn't I say that?
Nope.
Oh,
he did.
I don't care.
I'm going to critique if it's an anime or not. I'm sure it probably will be. So.
Anything animated. We're not going by the Japanese pure.
That's animated is different than anime.
We're not going by the Japanese purist argument.
No, us three are actually picking anime. He can pick whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, because I don't watch your quote-unquote anime.
We gave Slim a handicap on this one.
I need it.
So
that's fine.
For my choice, I went with one that I don't think you guys will be very familiar with. Maybe Jamie will.
Screwed then.
The anime is called Record of the Grand Crest War.
I watch that every night.
I've watched that, actually.
Every night?
Yeah.
I found Record...
I watch while I brush my teeth.
It's a very
You brush your
show.
teeth at night before you go to bed? Gross.
Yeah, don't you?
Gross.
I'm more of a once
every
a week
night,
kind of
once
person.
a week.
I brush my teeth for 10 seconds.
Your fiance would be yelling at you right now.
Yeah, she would.
If you said that.
I gotta polish my wooden teeth.
So
Dental hygiene.
She won't even get a minute into one of these, so I'm fine.
So Record of the Grand Crest War is an anime following a typical sword and shield hero who is in this fantasy universe where there are magicians, so there are spellcasters, but everyone else is pretty normal soldiers. There are also magical monsters in the world that are demonic-like, and the more of those you kill, you gain this symbolic power called a crest that ranks you up in the rankings of nobility.
It's a video game.
And there's a grand emperor of the world, and if all of the crests that everyone has are united into one, they could push back and defeat the darkness. But there's a bunch of conspiracy behind all of these different factions trying to bide themselves for power, and this faction in the background trying to eliminate all the leaderships to guarantee that none of the factions bring all of the crests together. And I genuinely love this show. It's a nice, simple, concealed story, 26 episodes.
Concealed.
It's a concealed story.
No one else can see it?
Beginning, middle, end.
Oh.
That's what I meant. You knew it.
It's
Sabotaging me on
concealed.
my fucking show run.
It's not the word you're looking for.
Contained.
Sure.
Contained story, fine.
Or seraphiths? What's that word?
I'm going to go
The
last.
Seraphim?
Seraphim, that's the word.
That's from... I think you're thinking of Zexiel X.
Probably, who knows?
Tales of Zexiel X.
I don't know. That's the one I liked over that one.
That's a really good one too.
Anyways,
I was
I don't wanna
debating
ruin your
between
turn. Keep going.
I was debating between those two, but Record of Grand Crest War, I actually think it wrapped up really well. I like that it has, a love story in it. It has really good animation and action. It has a really expanded universe, a lot of political intrigue that's very fun. I thought all the war and battles they did were really well animated, put together. And Tales of Zestial X, I thought it was just too limited in its scope. It didn't take on a lot of big issues that I think it could have in itself, even though I thought it was a really great show. All right, Slim, you're next, I suppose.
I'm going last.
Oh,
okay.
Pick someone to go next then. I don't...
Jamie.
Okay.
Cody.
Oh.
Me. All right.
You don't need to talk anymore. Jamie.
Fuck you too.
Fuck
you too.
I'm joking.
Yeah, you're silly. You're so fucking funny. Jamie, why don't you run with yours then?
Okay, so my favorite anime of all times And I already know Jimmy's just rolling the eyes in the back of his head.
If it's One Piece, I'm
It's
gonna.
not One
I'm
Piece.
gonna
I was
stand.
gonna say because I tried to get back into that the other
Nobody.
day. It's a
Okay,
goddamn chore.
I'll say really quick. I loved One Piece. I still love One Piece. One Piece is not a show for people just to get into now and
What's One
expect
Piece?
you to watch 1,072 episodes to
What?
catch up.
Hey
Yes.
man, I'm 370
In counting.
in.
Are they
And-
15
and-
minutes long?
And counting.
And
the,
You
counting.
could cut them down to about 10
Oh.
minutes now.
The
and
manga
counting.
isn't even done yet.
The manga's not.
Is it
the
bad
manga,
as like Dragon Ball Z when there's like a
I-
guy going
so-
for
no.
about 10 minutes an episode?
So here's the thing.
No, it's worse.
You don't like watching dudes poop?
This is why I'm not going to talk about
I
this. 'Cause
do.
I respect the hell out of the One Piece. One Piece is
Hold
one of
on,
those
hold on.
shows-
It's
Stop,
not about
stop.
respect.
No.
I respect One Piece.
My thing with One
It's
Piece
just
that I
impossible
love-
to get into.
No, and that's so. It's not. The thing
No,
is,
the first 3 arcs are really good. but
I think One Piece was easy to get into.
First
The thing
3
with One
episodes?
Piece that I loved about it was that it's a story
Full seasons?
basically about a dude who just wants to be the king of the pirates, but it's literally. It starts from the very beginning of his journey.
Yeah.
Him getting all of his crewmates, him getting to like the point where he is now. I mean,
So
It
it,
makes
doesn't jump a single
it
beat.
doesn't jump a single beat.
This show's been
There's-
going on for like 26 years.
It's a long
no
show.
way.
Yeah.
It's the longest running anime for a reason, and there's still 5 years left till he wraps up the manga. He said,
There's going to be 31 flipping years?
probably, yeah. But that's not my favorite, so I don't want to talk about that right now.
Oh,
My
you-
favorite that I
Oh,
grew
you
up
didn't
with-
want to talk about it?
My
You
favorite-
brought it up.
You brought it up too.
Yeah, because you
My
brought it
wasn't
favorite
him.
that I loved more than anything growing up was with Naruto. I loved the ever living hell out of Naruto, and when they ended up going to Naruto Shippuden.
Oh, yeah, you're
after
talking about
that-
both of them, Naruto.
I'm
and
going to
Naruto?
talk about both of them.
Okay.
'Cause to me, it's
It's a
just
continuous
it's a
story.
continuous story. There's the 2-year time skip, or
What
4.
about Boruto?
It's not 4. It's actually 3.
What about Boruto?
I appreciate Boruto for Naruto.
What's Boruto?
It's
It's
about
a
his son
sequel.
later
Do
in
I
life.
care?
No,
Yeah.
You don't care.
no one
No.
cares.
You don't care.
Got it.
It's
No.
It's really good in the manga. The comic strayed. The first 170 episodes are all
hell is a
filler.
manga?
You don't want to watch it.
Yeah, it's
What is a manga?
I'm straight.
It's a comic.
So I don't know.
So
It's a Japanese comic that you read backwards.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
all you
why I
need
would have known.
to- That's all you need to know. But anyways, no. Naruto is. If you talk about One Piece, where it's a simple story of he wants to be king of the pirates, Naruto is a simple story of he wants to be the Hokage, which is just basically
the
he
ninjas.
wants to be the leader.
I
of his,
get it. You
he just
want to
want-
rule
yeah,
stuff.
he just wants to be the leader of his
a
village.
bunch of Hitlers running around in these.
The whole show is
Wow.
just essentially like
Anime is a bunch of Hitlers.
there's a lot
running
to it,
around.
but it's essentially Naruto Uzumaki, who basically is an orphan child. Starts out as who just wants to be like.
He
prove
wants
it.
to be the very
Yeah.
best.
If you want to get the point? It's the same thing. But
like 6
he
people
wants
before
basically
him
the whole
was.
village to recognize him and know that
Is
he's
Pokemon
not
an
just
anime?
garbage.
It is.
Yes.
Yep.
Pokemon is an anime.
That's considered
a
one.
good
That would be
show.
another one.
Yu-Gi-Oh's an anime.
Ash is finally not 10 years old anymore.
He
It
did
only
it.
took 40 years.
It only
He
took
did it.
30 years and he's done. It's
He's
'cause
a
no
hero.
longer there.
Right.
But
Do you think in the spin-off that'll be his child or his
I don't know.
prodigy or
I
something?
I think he'll be a gym leader.
I stopped watching.
That's the
everything
best way to
after-
do it.
After they got
He's
the
the
Sun and
final
Moon stuff.
boss.
No.
When I loved X and Y,
He's some
actually, I
bitch.
watched Pokemon up through
He's going to
that.
be in charge of the water
When they-
gym or something.
There's no way. Like,
I loved watching Pokemon.
Go
My wife actually watched Pokemon.
Star
with me at
you.
times. Because it was just like kind of a fun show
It's
to
got a
watch.
bunch of carbs.
And then they switched from X and Y
Guys,
to that
come
Sun and
on.
Moon one.
like I can't hear him.
That's fine. But when they switched to Sun and Moon, the art style changed, and it just lost everything for me. It was just it went from like going really cartoony to kind of having like this more serious artwork that was like this actually is kind of cool to watch in X and Y again. And then Sun and Moon brought back the cartoony stuff. I'm like, nope, I hate everything about this show again. So I couldn't get into it, and I don't know what they're gonna do with this new one. If hopefully it's better, but
Going back to the original point of Naruto, though.
it was awesome.
Are you just a fan of the big three then?
Oh, the big three are the best three.
Well,
our
Bleach is the big
generation.
three.
You like
Right.
Bleach too?
I
No,
love
Bleach.
Bleach.
Wasn't the big three,
Bleach
was it?
was big three. Our big three of the generation for us was Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. The
What's
previous
Bleach?
generation would have been
Dragon
Dragon
Ball.
Ball Z. Bleach is about. You're gonna get me into Ichigo Kurosaki,
Very
and he's a
basic.
Soul Reaper.
Hey,
and
he's
he
ginger.
basically.
Ugh.
Cody loves him.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And he's
it's
basically
dumb.
his whole story is he's got way more to his story, and that show just came back after a 10-year hiatus.
1,000-year blood war.
1,000-Year Blood War. It was the final chapter of the comics.
Haven't watched
I'm gonna
it.
use comics to the manga.
I
for
got
for
that.
Slam. But no, that thing basically they ended with one arc left in the entire show to animate, and they didn't do it. They stopped because it was kind of a dying show. to animate, and people didn't want it, and they made the last arc, or the last chapters of the manga. It was about 100 chapters it took to finish it, and that's my only complaint with this now, was that they've gotten to like the 70th chapter in about 20 episodes. I'm like, you really rushed it.
Yeah.
So it's been animated really well, but it's
Yeah, but you're one to stick around for 1,000 episodes, so
exactly
streamlining it. I kind of
Not a terrible idea.
Well, as far as like
how
what
you
the
like to watch.
what it means to be like the big three, because there's
The big three is our generation.
yeah, but then every generation subsequent has had its own big
Yeah.
three.
So previous to us, it would have been Dragon Ball Z, Full Metal Alchemist, and actually I think it was Sailor Moon. were
That
actually
sounds-
those three.
Well, wouldn't it have been Yu Yu Hakusho?
No, Yu Yu Hakusho was before that. It was Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter,
Nerds.
and there was one more with that. I don't know. That was the Dragon Ball Z one, maybe.
It might have been, because
And
I
then
feel
it
like
was, and there was Sailor Moon, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and there was one more with that one. And then the current generation
Really don't.
went from Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer,
And My
and
Hero.
My Hero Academia, and I think there's actually new ones now they've started talking about, but they're nothing's
down.
new enough that they care for.
Going back to what you're fighting for, Naruto. I didn't get into it until it was well over and done with.
Yeah.
So this would have been like, I don't know, 3 years ago or whatever. I watched all of Naruto and I was like, yeah, it's pretty badass.
is there anywhere to find Shippuden dubbed in English? Hulu?
Hulu.
No,
Did
it's
they dub
not.
it all?
I can tell you right now it is, at least from seasons 1 through 7,
Shippuden.
Shippuden.
Because I know the OG
There's 18
Naruto is.
there's 18
Shippuden,
seasons, but you
yeah,
can at least
yeah.
do the first 7
basically
seasons
how the first
on
theme
Shippuden.
song
I don't know
goes.
what's going on.
I'll check it again. I don't think that's true.
I can tell you it's true because I just was watching them literally last night.
I
On the
don't believe
website
you.
I pirated
So-
from, they're all dubbed.
I like you say stuff like that, and then I check it out, and like 10
Jimmy
minutes
doesn't pay
later,
it for
and then
good,
it's not
so-
there. And then you're like, oh, I don't know. It was there when I looked at it last.
We can watch it tonight.
We could watch it tonight. I would love to.
What's
Because
your
here's
favorite arc out of
Actually, I
Naruto?
want to watch. I want to watch my favorite. I
Beginning
changed my
or
answer.
Shippuden?
Did you change your answer?
Out
Is
of
it
all of them.
Pokemon?
We'll get
Out of
there.
all of them.
Okay,
then
you're
I'll
last.
just probably
Okay.
jump right to the war arc because it's like 4 seasons of just.
You a big fan of Madara?
Ugh,
Not
yes and
really?
no. I
Obito
thought-
more?
I was very just. I was a big fan of the Uzumaki clan because I loved how they did all that stuff. I think the Uchihas really got overwritten and overhyped.
Yeah.
And I
Speaking
really
foreign
wished-
language to me.
I
It's
get
fine.
it.
Going on.
And
It is
I was
Japanese.
it is, but I was a big
So
fan of.
technically, it's right.
I need your fucking internet or something.
I got
So
you.
I can do this.
I really enjoyed
I
the
was a
Naruto.
big fan if I needed the Hyuga clan to get way more involved.
I was a lot more interested in them. And
I really,
Neji
I
was
really
done
enjoyed
dirty.
the movies. The movies were actually really good as isolated films.
When they talked about visual prowess and how great like the Uchiha clan is for their stuff, it's like, yeah, it's good, but the Hyuga clan is just as good. And we don't have anything on them hardly.
They
and
were
that's what I wanted to hear.
way
more
under,
about.
way under.
And that's who the main character married. That's the family the main character married into. So of course I
Hinata.
want to hear more about
What is
that. Hinata?
Hinata? Is Hinata best girl?
No.
No.
Yes, but no.
Out of Naruto?
No.
Who do you think best girl is? Because you can't say Sakura because she's worst girl.
Well, hold on.
Everybody
In
hates
Naruto,
Sakura.
are we closing the doors on Naruto? Is that where it
This
is?
Still on Naruto.
But I mean, is there?
I'm
Are we
not
using?
going through all anime talking about best girl waifu
Oh, we're not doing
shit.
that. I wasn't
Okay,
gonna do
fine,
that.
fine,
No.
fine.
Fucking weird. Don't do that.
Fine.
It's like, which body pillow would you order?
You three can do that in your own little thing. I won't be part of that one.
What do you mean? There's no way you don't have
I'll
one.
go Ino.
You know?
It's
Ino.
Katara.
Katara?
Hey,
It's
you
only
have
what I
one. It's
got.
fine.
It's Toph, obviously.
Yeah, the blind child.
Well, they're both childs.
I'm literally looking at this right now.
One's
Seasons
a
1
lot,
through
yeah.
season 7 all have dubbed.
I still don't believe you.
You can come look right here next to me. I'm not moving.
I don't know
You
what's
go
going on
sit by me.
anymore. To be
Hold
honest.
on, hold on, hold on. All right, all
You
right.
We
can tell
shouldn't
because
talk
the
about
seasons
children
are
on the
doubled.
podcast.
So season 1
We take
through
that
7,
back.
they all have over 100
Algorithm. Don't
episodes.
demonetize us.
Season
I
1.
did say this year
Dub.
off the
Okay.
rails.
Coming.
You're right.
I know I'm right. I've been right ever since I told you it.
Eh,
Just because you don't actually look.
They
and you say you
literally
look isn't
just
my fault.
updated
yeah,
it.
they just updated it.
Just updated 5 years ago. Yeah, gotcha.
They heard our live recording.
Anyways, moving on.
We're gonna update it. There's 4 weirdos
Naruto's
talking
the king of
about
the
it.
ninjas. Moving on.
I
Go.
mean, are there any flaws in Naruto that you would fix if you
There's
had?
some filler
all
arcs.
anime. There's all the filler is just
Yeah.
ruins for everything.
I mean,
Why isn't filler good?
No.
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 Fillers are just
So
used
you're
in
telling
anime.
me? So you're
Filler-
telling me in all animes there's no such thing as a good filler?
There is good
Well, there's the-
fillers to a point.
There's
but
beach episodes, but I mean, there's Oh, Avatar has a beach episode too. It actually
They're
has
just
2
talking
beach
about-
episodes.
Now we're getting into fan service, and we're not talking about that.
Avatar
has amazing filler.
Avatar.
We'll get to it.
No, Avatar's
Avatar-
3
No,
beach
we won't.
episodes.
But Avatar's
changed it.
filler episodes.
Avatar's 3
Also-
beach episodes.
They said it's not.
Well, neither is the other one you're going to talk about then.
You don't know.
Avatar's
You don't
not
know.
anime.
Avatar's
That's what you're
closer to
talking about.
anime than the other one you're
What's
talking
the
about.
other one? You don't know it.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
You can guess it
So
by
I
the
don't
time we get
consider
there.
Avatar an anime. I consider it the closest thing America has.
I
to an
have.
anime,
I have one.
which I'll give it that.
I have one.
Okay.
I think the worst thing that ruins Naruto is definitely its fillers. It gets to a point where it kind of hits a little bit of a lull.
Do you share that?
that's-
Do you share that same criticism of One Piece, or do you think every
Share
episode of
that
One
with
Piece
every
belongs?
Anime period.
I think
Gosh,
One
I hope so. One Piece has 1,000-some episodes. I hope
It's-
some
It
fillers
has
are
actually
bad.
almost no filler. in
Yeah,
One
exactly. It
Piece.
has the least amount of filler.
And
Is it all just- well, I guess
in
it tells
terms
every-
of percentage, that's where I lose Bleach, because Bleach has about, I think that's like honestly over half of the show.
No episodes
No,
can be
it's
fillers. They're
Boruto is
all
over
fillers.
half.
Boruto, I don't count any of that new shit. Boruto, you don't want to talk about Boruto because Boruto doesn't even get into the main manga, the main comic, until episode 178 in the
Yeah.
manga. The whole first
It's
150
ridiculous.
episodes are just filler garbage
my
because they
gosh.
had to get the show on its feet running so people would start doing it, and that's why the show is called Boruto. Naruto
boring.
Next Generations.
Yeah.
Oh.
And why
But
it was
I
trashed
guess.
so hard when it came out.
And
too.
it was trash bad. But no, for me, it's filler episodes are there to, give the writers a chance to catch up so animators can, do the stuff they want to with, the important episodes. But they get ambitious, like with Bleach, where they did a whole season of one where it was like, okay, well, this season lasted 35 episodes. This should have been 3, and you could have been done and moved on. And Naruto does it in the original Naruto out of the 207.
the last 100 episodes is like all filler.
It's the last 50, but yes,
Yeah.
it's bad towards the end. And then Shippuden isn't any better when they get to the point where they're in the war arc. They got to the point where, I don't care for spoilers in this one, Madara is using his jutsu to try to put him under a genjutsu, and they show fillers of what all of them are dreaming about, one important character at
I
a
remember
time.
that.
And it's like, okay, this was covered in about 5 chapters in the manga. We just spread this out for 20 characters to have 5 episodes apiece because we need people to have time to keep watching our shows so we can make money.
Jeez.
And I don't agree with that, but it was the show I grew up with, and it was the very first intro to anime I ever had. So
A lot of people had that as like their first intro, and I just never got into it until way after it ended.
I think Records of Grand Crest War doesn't have any filler
it
episodes.
doesn't have none. For 26 episodes, it better not have
It
any
really
filler.
doesn't. But I mean, a lot of the smaller anime where they're concealed inside of, 30 or less episodes, and I'm rounding up, but 30 or less episodes. I don't think most of those shows have filler.
I think
No,
any of
because
those
it's
would
all,
have.
it's all contained,
I
like
think
really.
I think if those
no
have a
fat
filler
on the
if
bones
they have a
kinda
filler
story.
period, it's either a fan service episode, like you said on the beach.
No,
or
they
my
all
point,
they always go to a steam bath.
that, or if they
Oh,
don't have that,
yep.
they just have a filler because they're catching up
The
on
hot
that.
springs.
It's actually, in my mind, I consider it a failure because it means you could have waited 2 extra weeks to fucking start this show. You don't need fillers for 30 episodes or less in my mind. That's completely pointless.
Well, I always thought that, one thing that One Piece would have benefited from was what Dragon Ball did with Kai. I think if you can cut One Piece down by 30%.
And I don't agree with that because
Dude, I've been stuck on the fucking what's the park episode or arc?
Arlong Park.
No, not Arlong. I'm after that. It's like all the zombies, shadows.
Oh, you're in Thriller Bark.
Thriller Park. That shit is taking so fucking long.
It's your first introduction to the 7 second crocodiles, like your first warlord you meet.
Right, you get
after
into the
Mihawk,
warlords.
and this is your next introduction to one.
But every episode is just like half of it is reiterating what already happened in the last episode.
Yep.
So you could just literally have 10-minute fucking episodes.
I'll tell you right now, when you are watching One Piece, I can tell you 100% you can just skip to minute 5 of every episode, and you can be done with 3 minutes left every time.
Yeah.
Can
You
I
can
just
do it
Can I just
because the last 3 minutes is just next time on One Piece,
Oh.
and the first 5 is just previously.
What
on
happened
One Piece.
last time?
It's
Yep.
the previously, and it's the freaking.
And there's
it's
nothing
the
wrong with
2.5
that,
minute
but if you're
opening song.
binging it,
Yeah.
So if you like the opening music, which I did, I would always watch the music.
I only
It's like,
like the
yeah,
first one.
and then it's like skip.
You
All
guys-
right, I'm back to where I want it. Basically, if you get to the point in One Piece where they're like telling you the title of the episode, you're good. That's your starting.
Hold up 1 second. Have you guys seen the YouTube short where it's like, men, what do you want? And then it cuts over to this Asian girl. It's like, men just want to get Super Saiyan and then discover the One Piece and become the Hokage.
You're not wrong.
and learn the jutsu and do all this other
There's
stuff.
that one dream. That's that one reoccurring dream I have. All right.
Just become Super Saiyan. All right.
Nerd.
It's time to move on. Cody, your turn. What are you at with anime? Obviously, you have plenty to contribute, it sounds like. So
My favorite. Was that sarcastic?
no,
I know you sleep at night.
didn't ask.
It's in a bed, right?
My favorite
That's
is
hot.
Attack on Titan.
Good choice.
By far. Mostly because
Solid.
I'm a storytelling guy. And if it's got a good ass story, I'm in. And Attack on Titan has one of the best. And it's like one of those. You get a story or whatever where they put like a mystery box in front of you in the beginning.
Very first episode. Big
Yeah,
fuck
the
you for
basement.
telling-
and whatever.
Season 2, episode 20, or whatever the fuck it
But
was.
it's one that actually delivers and was planned out. The story was planned out from the get-go. It wasn't like, here's this mystery, we'll figure it out as we go. As
Yep.
there's a lot of shows I'm watching these days that are doing. But Attack on Titan, and to summarize it, what would be a good way
Titans
to fucking
Attack.
summarize it?
That's exactly it.
hey, I did it. I haven't even watched
They
it.
get
Giants.
attacked by Titans.
See,
Yeah.
I did it.
The Titans attack.
So-
the
So
so there's this.
Got it.
survivors
Yeah,
of
there's
humanity.
this. Yeah, last survivors of humanity, supposedly. Spoilers.
Wow.
Live
Can't
on-
watch it now.
Live behind 3 walls in a remote island, and they're always attacked by Titans or whatnot until one day they finally break through the walls that they live behind, and you're
The
following.
Titans do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Shocker.
And you're following the story of really this group of friends, but
Shujinsu.
there is one kid, the kid
It's
named
actually
Aaron. Aaron, that's the protagonist.
That's a really white guy name.
Yeah,
You're not wrong.
Just
He's
saying.
got black hair, too. I mean,
Actually, they're all European except for
Mikasa.
Mikasa,
Ackermans.
who's
The Ackermans.
Oriental.
Is he from Canada?
His name's Aaron Yeager. So I'm pretty sure he's
No,
German.
I'm talking about Canadian.
Mikasa's
No,
a
he's-
girl.
German.
German. Sounds like it.
The Oriental one you're talking about?
Wait, what are we
there's
talking?
There's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy in there, too, you know. Armin
Yep.
Is his name?
West.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm stop making
Can't wait for
jokes.
you to
Come on, what's
Can't wait for you
that?
to edit
I'm
all
gonna
of this
stop.
the survivors of humanity have retreated behind 3 walls, running away from the Titans who eat humans. So they're colossal
The
monsters.
guys who eat humans.
Yep.
That's weirdly one of my biggest fears is getting eaten alive. I don't know why.
By what?
Because you saw the movie
Exactly.
Frozen.
What would eat you? You're a human.
Frozen. I don't know, maybe a
Is it
crocodile.
Frozen?
We got a lot of
You'd
those
be
up here.
way.
A
You'd be
snake.
way dead before that thing ate you.
The death
But the,
spiral.
The thing would chomp you and spiral, and you'd be dead instantly.
It'd be a cool ass.
Nothing
death.
would eat you alive.
And the story follows these
Nothing.
3 kids who are inside the walls who
Whale?
witness the Titan crash through.
Just kidding. I stand incorrected. A whale
talks
could
talk.
eat you alive.
A whale? It would probably
I said
wouldn't.
nothing
Let
could
talks
eat you
talk.
alive.
He does it best.
Oh, you said
And
a-
he said a whale.
Summarize my
I was
show.
like, just kidding. I'm correct. I'm incorrect.
Summarize the Cody show.
he won't let
Sorry.
me.
No,
You won't
it won't let you. Tell him
That's
to
my
shut it.
bad. I'll shut up. I've had a few
red
drinks
shirt.
tonight.
Attempt number 3. Put it on the screen.
You gotta edit it, so go
Yeah.
ahead.
I don't know. You're like walking a fine line trying to, like, to summarize this show without spoiling anything. It's like the real interesting shit is like when you get
We're
deeper
about
into
an
the
hour
show.
into this episode, and I'm sure the show is old. Go ahead and spoil whatever you want.
No, it's still ongoing.
It's still ongoing. The best stuff is yet to come,
so
too.
who cares?
The
Spoil
manga's
it.
done,
It's
though.
only just begun.
Well,
I love mangoes.
the
Should.
author of the story the author of the story did an interview where he said that even though they had concluded the manga, that the anime was going to be going in a slightly different direction. He was going to use the anime to course correct some of the issues he had with his final work, and that the anime is actually the conclusion of his story, the way he means it to
Well, it's
end.
kind of like George R.R. Martin. With House of the Dragon. He's
Yeah.
like, he didn't really like his book that much, and he's making a bunch of changes with the show. And
Yeah.
everyone's liking the show so far. So
I love House
Are you
of Dragon.
talking about the House of Dragons?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's-
That's what I
I've
said.
heard good things. I didn't watch it because I hated the end of, obviously, Game of Thrones.
House
it
of
is its own story, and it's really fucking good.
Yep.
I'll
It's
have to
definitely
take
worth
a
it.
chance on it then.
But I'll try to get Attack on Titan. So the survivors of humanity are running away from these monsters called Titans. They're
Do we know
large. They're eating
You
them.
find out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
could be
the
more
big
to it.
part is just try not to get eaten.
Okay.
So that they're basically just trying survival mode. In fact,
Okay.
they lose a lot of their historical knowledge when they retreat behind the walls that exist. Then humanity settles inside the walls. They create farmland, they agriculture, and they survive for 100 years without the Titans having found a way through.
Is there very few of them?
There's,
Is that why they can't find them?
I think it's like 500,000. Oh, humans?
No, I meant Titans.
There are
We don't know.
presumably infinite amount of Titans. That's how humans.
How wouldn't they find them?
Think of
I
how
know
they're-
I'm,
think
I'm
of how
trying to
many
pull closer.
human-
I'll stop.
No, the Titans have not found a way into the walls.
Oh, that's
We
different.
got big ass walls.
Yep.
Okay. That's
And-
different.
Meters high.
Yep.
Okay.
And so
which hold a secret too.
and humanity has
Big one.
so humanity settles
lot
in
of
the
big
walls
ones.
and they get comfortable. They live for about 100 years, and the three main characters are just these young kids at the time when the story starts. And
Jaeger wants to break free.
yeah, the main
Is this a
Kill
musical?
zombies.
I love it.
the main character wants to
watch that.
explore the world outside the
AOT the
walls.
musical.
That's his calling. That's what his call to action is for himself as a character. Well, the day the episode starts, a colossal titan, a new type of titan that they have not witnessed
Bigger
before.
ass
So
Titan.
he tall.
Yeah,
Tall
he
as
breaks
fuck.
through. He breaks the
armored.
wall.
He's
He
armored.
No, that's the other one.
so the
Yeah,
colossal
armored
titan
and colossal.
busts through the wall,
Okay.
and all the walls are made of the same materials. So this is
Oh, the rest are fucked.
yeah. The rest are fucked. That's what everyone's thinking.
That's what I think.
So the colossal titan vanishes after he breaks the wall, and humanity retreats into the
Now I'm
second
intrigued.
behind the second wall.
It's a really good
Watch
show.
it tonight.
It's amazing.
We've said we'd do about 4 things today. Can't do
Well,
it
that's
all.
only about
Attack on Titan takes precedence.
That's in the first 3 minutes of the whole show.
Yeah.
You can get it.
That's
exactly.
a lot of information.
Well-
There's a really good narration
Because
in the
it's
beginning.
written for
okay.
like smart people that can understand
So I'm
stories.
screwing people high on pot.
I'm done.
You're fucked, Morty.
I
It
am.
doesn't treat you like you're a dummy like
But
most shows do.
actually, to Cody's point, my favorite scene of any show ever is in the 13th episode of Attack on Titan, because they
Very
actually
specific.
so the colossal titan reappears in later episodes of the
Mine's
show,
from me 2000
and so-
years later.
and they're making they're trying to repair the hole that the colossal titan makes before they get through the
He
second
remakes
wall.
the same hole.
So yeah, before they break through. So humanity in 100 years has never won a fight against the Titans, and that 13th episode is actually the first victory humanity
win.
has.
They
Yep,
kill a Titan.
they kill a lot of Titans, but
Yeah, Titans and people are dying all the time.
There's
Yeah.
a scouting people to kill Titans.
yep.
Oh.
I won't go. It is Cody's.
Little
So
anticlimactic.
I just
there.
wanted to get through the summary.
Everyone dies.
Everybody
Yeah.
dies,
Everybody dies.
Got it.
but I
It
just wanted to
sounds like
get.
a good show.
I just wanted to get through the summary, but Cody, you can keep going. With
No,
it.
the reason why I like it so much is just the storytelling and the way it's subverting expectations. Like it's always keeping you on your feet of where the story is going. That intrigued me so much.
I like the intro and outro music, like the theme music that they have at the beginning and at the end. It's
Yeah.
just amazing.
Well, I got that one like playing on repeat all the time.
Yeah, they have a
So
really good.
Red Swan.
Yeah, they have a really good intro and outro theme songs, and it's just really. Studio Wit, the studio that actually made the show for the longest time, made its bones off of Attack on Titan. And its reputation skyrocketed because the animation in that show is amazing.
Didn't this show start in like 2014 and we're only
13.
and we're like on season 4?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying
It just took a
they
long
took their time
time.
with it.
Oh.
10 years to make 4 seasons.
I mean,
They
And-
weren't doing what we were just complaining about for the past hour
yeah,
about filler.
shoving out so much content and you can't swallow it all.
Every episode means something.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it gets into some weird ass hijinks later in the show too.
Attack on Titan. You're talking about?
Yeah.
It's like time travel and shit.
And they didn't
Okay,
need it.
Marvel.
Mental time travel. Yeah, not that gay ass
Mental
shit.
Time travel. What's the difference? You're
It's
still time
It's
traveling.
different.
If you could fix one thing about Attack on Titan, what would it be?
If I could fix one thing,
Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it how it is.
What's wrong with that?
Right?
Run a thought experiment. Just try.
Nothing
All right.
at all.
The answer I wanted.
We'll see you
I
in
like how
silence for
One
5
Piece and
minutes. While I think
Naruto is
one.
too.
All right. Think of a flaw.
Nice one.
All right. We made it. We made it to Slim's turn.
Oh, is it my turn? So first of all, someone had to guess what I was gonna say.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna say Avatar.
I think you're gonna say Pokemon.
I think you're
Can't-
gonna
I
say.
can't because it's not an anime.
See,
Quote unquote.
you were all about defending it
No,
before.
I'm not gonna anymore because someone suggested something.
Is it Digimon?
No,
Pokemon?
it is
My Friendly Neighborhood
Dragon Ball Z.
Totoro.
Ooh, DBZ is a good choice.
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
that's a good
Z,
show.
and I've only watched through the Majin Buu series. or
Well,
whatever
that's
it
that's
was.
the original Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z, so you're
Yeah.
golden.
Okay,
You're set.
Everything
Yeah.
after
Sure.
that is different,
perfect. That's all I know.
and that's the only good one.
I really
of the entire
like
show,
I
too.
like the Frieza and the
Super had its
Cell.
moments.
I like them all.
Frieza and Cell have to be,
They're
and
the
even
best.
Majin Buu. Even Majin Buu.
I did like Majin Buu, but
I
I think
hated
I think
Majin Buu.
Cell was my favorite, and Frieza was like a good introduction. But
The point I was saying was, I think between, and I'm talking Kid Buu, so I think between Super
yeah.
Buu, Kid Buu, Cell, and Frieza, these are some of the most iconic villains that exist in anime.
I think so.
like
At
Well,
least from what I
Frieza
know.
definitely.
Frieza definitely, Cell for sure.
Cell was huge. I mean, that's
Cell's only
really-
relevant again because he came back in the movie in a different
See, I
form.
don't know
but-
that.
What? No.
Oh,
Android
yeah,
Saga.
in the latest
No.
movie, the superhero one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Android Saga is the referenceable saga when it comes to
Android
talking.
Saga was huge. At least- I
It's
mean, that's
the-
everything
Dynamic
I
Saga is
know.
the biggest one.
No, everything Frieza is the biggest one.
Frieza's the
I
best.
guess the Saiyan-
If I talk to people who talk about Dragon Ball Z other than you
Is it
people,
the Saiyan and then the
do you
Frieza
mean, you
Saga? Is that what
people?
you're talking about?
that's Goku going Super Saiyan the first time was the Frieza saga.
And
Yeah,
then
I know
Super Saiyan
that.
kind of became
That's
a
the main
joke
one.
after
in
that.
me.
No.
To me, everything after that is
No. Gohan
It's
going
too
Super
extra.
Saiyan 2 was the
Gohan
best.
going Super Saiyan 2 in the cell. I love that scene.
That was
What
the
Super
best.
Saiyan
But that-
3, 4, God.
It's, yes,
Blue,
it's,
I don't
red.
know
it's
any
hot
of that.
garbage from
Yeah.
that point on.
I don't know any of that.
Power scaling sucks
I
in that
obviously
show.
stopped at the right point then, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Because I stopped right after the Buu saga.
The
Right.
only problem with
So you only get 3 Super Saiyans.
the only problem with your not with the
See, I don't even remember Super Saiyan 3.
because it happened for like
Probably
one-
not.
it
I was
happened
going to say
one
fight,
time
huh?
over the course of like probably 20 episodes.
All right.
That's probably why I
That's
don't
it.
really remember it. This is
He
a
never, and he never
long-
used it. Yeah, he never used it again after
Yeah.
because it's too draining. So that's why we had to be better at Super Saiyan
Yeah.
1 and 2, and that's why we have Super Saiyan Blue.
All I really remember is the Saiyan, the Frieza, and the Cell sagas are what I really remember.
I
The
genuinely
Majin Buu is a little more hazy because I haven't watched it for years, but
I was high the entire time.
well, the
I was
Namek
not.
saga, the Namek
But-
saga has a bunch of flaws in it. I mean, Frieza may be the most iconic villain, and he's the nemesis. He's the nemesis in all of Dragon Ball. But
I like how-
but everything surrounding Frieza and Goku's epic fight in Namek is hot garbage. Between Krillin getting his power up and then that meaning nothing, Gohan getting his power up and then that meaning nothing, Piccolo getting his power up and then that meaning nothing.
I gotta disagree with you.
that
on
happens every arc with
That
those
is every
same
arc.
characters.
I'm not done.
And there's a reason I don't
then
like
you have the Ginyu
Android,
Force and all of that nonsense.
I hate the Ginyu Force.
There you go. Now you're figuring it out. The
I-
Ginyu Force is terrible. Vegeta's redemption arc, as it is in the Namek saga, is hot fucking garbage, and it makes no sense for his
Wrong.
character.
Fake
that.
news.
I'm gonna disagree with you with the
Vegeta is badass.
the
in that.
Vegeta
Power-ups?
is
the
badass.
good sides, like getting their power ups. I think it just highlights
The lowlights.
it highlights how much Frieza just didn't need his quote unquote next stage of his level to deal with him.
So
Well,
my
because Frieza's whole thing is he had never trained once before he fought Goku the
Yeah,
first
like-
time.
I like to
exactly.
see
And
you,
he's like,
uh,
I've never gone this stage before, and it was like stage
Like
4
to
of
see you watch
7.
Res-
this is
Resurrection
why
after-
actually I think
Yeah.
you and I
Trains for
agree
4
on that.
months.
I think you and I actually agree on this because I think Frieza is one of the best villains.
Yep.
But I think the Android arc, the Android saga,
I think it's better
is a better
written.
saga than the Namek saga. And Jamie's position was
I think
that
it's a-
I just don't think that's. I think it's better than the Majin Buu saga for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's hot garbage.
But it's-
Majin's the worst one.
Majin's
Yeah,
the worst.
but I don't-
Namek's
I-
second, and then
No,
Android is
and
first.
And I think the first best.
What
one is
about
the
the
Namek one.
well, you got the Raditz, that's an arc, and then you have
That's the Saiyan
Vegeta.
saga.
So I'm
right?
actually
The Saiyan
Saiyan
Saga.
Saga's Vegeta. and-
I do
agree
like
with
the
that.
Saiyan saga
I
as
think
well.
Beginning Saiyan is the best when it goes from Raditz to him meeting Vegeta for the first time.
The
Most
Saiyan Saga.
Especially when you watch it in the original Dragon Ball Z and it's not cut short.
Yep.
It's
I've watched it.
unwatchable. It's
It's not
unwatchable. It
I
is.
think that's the best way to watch it.
The first 25 episodes of the Saiyan arc are
Him
all
on Snake
filler
Path.
nonsense. No,
But
it's
that's
all
exactly
filler
how
nonsense.
it was meant to be. That was the original way it was made.
I don't know what it is with you right now. Are you
I
being a
think- I
contrarian?
think-
like,
I
do
think
you?
you gotta
I
watch it.
100% am a person that.
Hold on. I
The
I
watched
think,
the.
original
I
is
think this
best.
came up on the drive down here. Yeah.
I was watching Dragon Ball Z, trying to get my brother into Dragon Ball Z the other day. We got 19 episodes in on a binge watch, and he was immediately He was immediately off it as soon as we got.
Revolted.
He was done.
Scarred.
Whatever Dragon Ball Z's
Life.
appeal, he was like, I've seen a lot of stuff online. This looks like it's really cool. We're 15 episodes in. He's like, this is not even close to what I was being sold, and I thought this
Because he
going
was
to get
sold on Dragon Ball Z Kai, wasn't he?
no. He was looking
Clips from the internet.
Clips
YouTube
from-
shorts.
He was showing the major stuff, the cool stuff.
the Saiyan Saga.
Slick stuff.
The Saiyan Saga should start at the Kame House. It shouldn't be all the 19 filler episodes that exist before that. That was a huge waste of
Not
time.
19. before
25.
Not even. Oh, it's like 3. Before
No.
you get to the Kami house at the beginning.
No, it's not. It's a bunch of filler episodes. There's a bunch of like different colored demons and stuff. I think they go to what's Bulma's dad's no, not Bulma's dad's, Chi-Chi's dad's name. They visit him for a couple like an episode or two.
What's wrong with that story? I mean, you were just talking about how
The Saiyan
like that pirate thing, whatever 1,000 billion episodes.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, they're all great. Now it's like a couple
Well, then we're
19
just getting into
episodes.
my
Well, it's
just
because
getting
One
into a
Piece
different
wasn't
thing.
filler.
19
It's
episodes.
Almost not a One Piece is filler. That's different completely.
My position with the Saiyan, like the Saiyan arc or Saiyan Saga, is that Raditz is the beginning of that story. Everything that all the episodes that happened before that are effectively meaningless. They set up nothing.
My problem with it is that Raditz is severely underused.
Yeah,
I agree with
He's
that.
one of my favorite villains.
Raditz is awesome. Nappa and Vegeta coming to
Doesn't
Earth
he
was a
die
good.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, he dies like right away.
I was gonna say
Underused.
I haven't seen the show for like years, but I was
No.
like, I remember Raditz don't last that long.
I wish there was any way besides movies to bring Goku's dad into the story better.
Bardock.
Bardock, because the few thing I mean
not dead.
Yeah, he's been dead.
he's been dead, but I mean
How would he bring him back?
Frieza blew up his planet.
Well,
Well, he
his-
has his own like standalone movies and shit.
Oh,
yeah, he's got his own
never mind.
adventures, and
I don't
he
need
actually
to know anymore.
he actually
The
opposed
Adventures
he
of
actually
Bardock.
opposed Vegeta when or I'm sorry, not Vegeta. He opposed Frieza when Frieza blew up.
Yeah,
Same.
well, that's in the show.
Yeah, but it's
I know
small.
that.
It's a really small thing, and I think Bardock is a good
yeah.
character. That's all I'm saying. Is Bardock is a
Okay.
good character.
I was gonna say,
Should
I know
get
that
more.
from the show.
I would like more background story from her.
Yeah,
Well, then watch the goddamn movie.
I've seen the movie. I want more. I'm not done.
I need more.
My cup not full.
My cup
not runneth over.
overfloweth.
But if I was rating them, I would say the Majin Buu saga is probably bottom.
There's gonna be like a
Yep.
separate poll.
I would
What's your favorite
say-
Dragon Ball Z arc.
It's
I would
gotta
say
be
the Saiyan
at this
saga,
fucking point.
then Namek, then Android. I put Androids at the top, Majin Buu's at the bottom. That's how
I would agree with Majin Buu's at the bottom. I don't know. I
It's a
like
power
all
bomb.
those three so much. I don't think I could. I think I would have to rewatch it to
re-rank it.
re-rank it because it's been years.
If you
like,
could
10
watch the
years.
entire show again, but in like a Diet Coke version of it, where it's like all the filler episodes are gone,
I wouldn't skip.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
I
skip-
wouldn't watch that.
you wouldn't skip the filler episodes.
No, I
Not-
think I'd be sitting there like, okay, I want to see some people beat the fuck out of each other, but I wouldn't skip.
No, the
them.
filler episodes are we're gonna go shopping today.
Yeah.
Are
Those
they
are
that
the
bad?
filler episodes.
Oh, they're horrible.
They
What,
can't be
you
that
want
bad.
slice of life anime? You can watch those
I
fuckers play soccer
love-
or
Well, now
whatever.
we're watching this after
I
this
love
podcast.
slice of life anime. I love slice of life.
Is there any way we can get some Dragon Ball Z on
Yeah.
the TV after
Yeah,
this?
it's easy. It'll be
Now we're doing
5 minutes
that.
deep. 5 minutes deep.
Wow,
Now
we
we got 10 things to
we
do.
got like 10 more shows to watch.
We got 2 more days here. We can do
yeah,
this.
we got Revenge of the Sith.
We're gonna be
to
outside in
watch,
the boat,
we
but
got
if you're
Guardians.
outside, all this is
we
gonna
got
be
Guardians
running
to
in the background,
watch.
So
We're gonna be busy here.
we're doing
everybody.
Guardians tonight because we can just get that out of the way. That's the only one that's a
But I
one and
wanna
done
watch
thing.
Dragon Ball Z.
Attack on Titan.
That's
Man.
a lot of
That's fine.
episodes to fit
That's
into one
fine.
night.
I'd rather watch
He just
Dragon
said
Ball
Dragon
Z.
Ball Z.
Fine, the Dragon Ball Z.
Attack
I'd
on
rather watch
Titan's-
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Attack on Titan's heavy too. So.
It is. Yeah.
You got to pay attention the entire
It's
time.
not going to be a fall asleep to anime for sure. All right, guys. I think anything anyone wants to get in there before we wrap this episode up?
You might have to break this into 2. We can do it.
We're heroes.
Don't worry, I guess
Did
I'll
you watch
it for
the
ya.
Dragon Ball Heroes movie?
No. The animation style turned me off,
Oh,
and
look good. I like that they switched to that 3D.
I like it a lot.
It looked good.
I don't know. I'll have to. I still consider checking it out, but
I'm a
adult
big-
adult Gohan and Piccolo are 2 of my least favorite
Well,
characters.
Gohan's the
Why?
most like
Isn't he just chill nerd?
misused character because he was supposed to be the #1 badass after Cell Saga.
Yeah.
The
And
whole
then
thing
everyone's
is
like,
he was-
"Nah,
supposed to be.
we're bringing
He
Goku
was,
back."
that's exactly it. He was supposed to be Goku's replacement.
Right,
I mean,
and
at
they
that
should
point.
have stuck with that.
Yep. And instead they
Goku
decided.
die to Cell?
Yeah, he died.
Okay.
Worst
Which
character
Didn't
ever.
Oh yeah, he died several times. Didn't like him and Vegeta die to him? Because wasn't Cell
Well,
like, just
Vegeta
this
blew
badass?
himself up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, he blew himself up in the Boo arc. Never mind.
Oh, that was the
Later.
try to kill Boo and he
Yep.
didn't kill
Yeah.
Vegeta survives Cell.
Boo. Vegeta survived Cell. Okay.
Yep.
Is saying Goku's the
That's why I
shit
gotta
character
rewatch
like a hot take?
I think Goku's a shit character.
I don't like Goku.
Why?
I think Goku's a
What's
shit
wrong with Goku?
because
He's
Goku's
the
hot
dumbest
garbage.
fucking person
No.
I've ever seen in a
I think
TV
that's the
show
To me,
ever.
the only way that your character remains relevant all these years is we're gonna give him another new power up. It's like
Yeah, dude just
Fair.
changes hair color every year.
it's true though.
Well,
You're
so
not wrong.
here's the test of the character. What is his character arc?
None.
The best.
No,
of
hold on,
all.
hold on. I'm
I mean,
asking.
you're gonna say none
what
of
is
them
his-
or all of them. That's
what-
all you can
Wasn't
say.
he? And you know,
How does he grow as a character?
wasn't he the
He
one who?
puts-
always-
His hair grows.
He puts the 12 universes in jeopardy because he just wants to
Wasn't
fight
he
some
always the
These
one-
are
dickhead.
the answers to the question didn't ask.
Wasn't,
So shut
wasn't
up,
he
I wanna
the
hear what
always
Slim has to
one
say.
To like push
Just
like
mad
the
'cause
other
he's wrong.
characters to be better
hate
versions
Goku
of
so much.
themselves. Wasn't that technically his quote unquote his character and his mission? Like he always like pushed his friends and like himself to get like more stronger or better versions of themselves.
So that holds until the end of Cell, but doesn't carry into.
That's all I got. So
Well, but that's why that's what they're saying
Okay.
is that Goku's not a great character because everything after the Cell saga, when he does sacrifice himself to try to get Gohan, he does encourage Gohan.
He's
He
done
does
that. He's
and
done
promote.
that the Frieza saga. He
dead.
did that
Let him
during the
stay
Saiyan
dead.
saga. He did.
Yeah,
He
but
was always one to sacrifice himself or draw fire away from civilians.
right, but you develop character when
There are
you've
no
changed.
civilians in
When you've
Dragon Ball.
changed, the
He did
change.
that in the Saiyan
There's a
saga.
lot of dogs that walk around.
He did that in the Saiyan saga. They were fighting in a city, and he's like,
That's
"Let's
the-
go to the country."
That's the problem. There's no character development if he's the same character back then as he is now. If his whole thing is he's an
Everyone's got a
encouraging
better
father
But
fucking
he's
figure.
the one who's done it.
I like Dragon Ball better when
Right,
he's a
but
kid
it's
fighting the
all
Red
he
Ribbon
does.
Army
That's not
Nazis.
I've
growth.
never watched that.
It's just
I
the
got
same
it.
thing.
Oh, so
better
you
than
you
watch
want to
that,
see
man.
development,
Because
character
there's no
growth.
Super
Yeah.
Saiyan shit. It's just
Yep. That's what makes good character. That's it. It's not shitting on Goku as a protagonist. He's a great protagonist. But that's the criticism.
Does everyone always
And
need
you're fighting
character
Nazis, so
growth
it's even
all the
better.
time, or what's wrong with a character being like, "I'm a caveman with a big stick who keeps getting a bigger stick"?
not a
Good-
caveman, a monkey.
Good characters require character growth. Good characters
all
require.
the time, always.
Yeah,
Every
that's
single character.
that's what makes
who's always
character.
a good character.
that's what makes character
growth.
is conflict and growth. Yeah,
He has a shit ton of conflict.
but no growth. He does the same thing in the Saiyan arc that he does in the Buu arc. It's no growth. It's the same thing. That's the criticism. And it's not like I'm not just shitting on Goku. He's a huge character for a lot of people in like their childhood growing up, and he's an amazing character in the show. And he's the show actually. If it wasn't him, that show would be a different show entirely right
It
now.
wouldn't be one.
I don't think that's better or worse.
That's
I just
why
think
the
that's
new season is gonna have. It's all about Goten and Trunks.
We
as
need
kids
that.
growing up.
we need that.
We do need that because it needs to shift focus, and they need to get back on Gohan, and they need to just say, those two are done, but they're not gonna be because now it's gonna go into the freaking Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego stuff, and they're gonna be a big part again when they fight Frieza. And
Yep.
there's too much. They just gotta get rid
Frieza's still a
of them.
fucking live.
Frieza
Oh, no,
came
he's back.
again. and
He's
now we
died
have-
like 4 times.
Frieza trained for a whole year now, and now he's stronger than everyone again.
Yep.
It's bullshit. Don't worry.
This is why you ended at the right time.
So glad I stopped watching.
All right, I think we're going to call it there. This is a good long episode. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Third Party Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash the like button.
It's not over.
And nothing is over. Nothing is- But if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, share it around on social media. Let us know in the comments what you think. We'll put up a poll to see which of our anime choices you guys thought was the best. Please make sure to comment your favorite anime below.
If you pick Dragon Ball Z, you're
It
just
was
wrong.
like a 40-minute war zone.
And I want to special thanks to Jamie Mytherus for joining us here on the podcast. Thank
I
you
hope
so much
like
for
my
being here.
Minecraft head.
He did it.
He's a hero. We'll hopefully get him in on future episodes. We'll see what time allows for it. But thanks for joining us on that, man. Really appreciate it. And we will leave it there. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Bye.
Let's
Don't
go
don't
watch
say
some-
bye.
Let's go.
That's our audience.
Let's go watch Dragon Ball Z.
What are we talking
fucked.
about again?
Dragon Ball Z. How that's the best anime ever. Everyone vote for mine.